As of July 2017, the Ministry of Health Central Region has reported 46 cases of dengue and 8 cases of ZiKA. Compared to last year's reported cases, there is an increase in both dengue and ZiKA cases. However, as Regional Health Manager of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Javier Zuniga explains, it is not so much a spike in cases as it is a return to the normal.
What happened during that time when we had the outbreak, because ZiKA wasn't present in Belize any at all, so with one case of ZiKA, that is an outbreak. So what happened, the Ministry of Health, and specifically Central Health Region, we upscaled our interventions, and this included the regular spraying that we do with the ULV spraying. We also increased defogging. We also went out into the communities that had stagnant water, and we placed a bait in these different areas. And so the activities increased significantly, and that led then to a decrease in the population of mosquitoes. And of course, the mosquito that transmits ZiKA is the same mosquito that transmits dengue, which is the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
When ZiKA first entered the region in late 2015, it made headlines all over the Americas, and there was great concern as the links to birth deformities and other complications were revealed. In Belize, it led to an amped-up mosquito intervention program in 2016, which is now attributed to last year's decrease in cases. But the upscaled intervention was not cost-effective, and this year the Ministry of Health has returned to its normal schedule, which includes year-long education, cleanup campaigns, and a scheduled spraying and fogging. Senior Public Health Inspector Lisa Tillett says she has found that Belizeans are doing more to reduce the population of mosquitoes since the ZiKA scare.
We have a lot of people that go and they're asking for you to come. So they want the officials to be there to assist them, and they do work with us. And we see signs where the interventions are working, because you can go back to a certain person's yard and see a big improvement. The grass is cut, the cans, the containers that hold water, they're no more. So it just takes working together and letting the community feel a part of the Ministry of Health, and vice versa. Sometimes we don't stay on schedule because we have priorities that we have to give to certain area. For example, we don't spray each and every time the rural, but when they have an increase in the number of mosquitoes, we would remove from the normal schedule and deal with those kind of situations. Once it's raining, the wind is too blowing strongly, we don't spray because it will be a waste of the chemical, and it's so costly, it's very expensive to do this intervention.
Zuniga reminds Belizeans that they must continue to be vigilant, as we will continue to see cases of dengue and ZiKA on a yearly basis, as they're both endemic.
And you also have the virus present within the population of the vector, which is in this case the Aedes aegypti mosquito. That virus will now remain in that population of mosquito. And remember that the mosquito does not once the mosquito dies, doesn't mean that the virus dies with the mosquito. The mosquito lays eggs, and within these eggs, the virus persists. That particular community becomes endemic, which means that the virus is always present. Yeah. It's now endemic, particularly in the areas where there was an epidemic, like in, for example, and I'll be specific, Belize City, Keycocker, San Pedro, and this is just for the Central Health Region. Yeah. But in the other districts, you also had outbreaks. Mm-hmm. Like in Corozal, we had an outbreak. So they have now become endemic to ZiKA virus. There's an epidemiological profile. So there's an outbreak, and then you have an increase in the number of cases, then it plateaus, and then there's a decrease, but it never decreases to zero. When we've had a couple cases in Belize district, these children, unfortunately, develop microcephaly, but we are monitoring them very closely. Yeah. And we also are providing guidance as to other services that they can acquire. Yeah. Due to the different conditions that they may present.
Both Zuniga and Tillett remind Belizeans about the importance of preventing any mosquito-borne illness. This starts with reducing your exposure to mosquitoes.
You know the time the mosquito comes around when night falls. Ensure your windows and doors are closed. make an extra sacrifice to buy the screens. If you can't afford the fancy ones, you can buy the screen by the yard and just nail it around your window. And every now and again, you need to do your own little spraying within your home.
And your yards?
And the yards, it might be more harder for you, but if you have an issue where the Ministry of Health can assist, because we do, each Friday we do assist the public with fogging out of their homes and assistance in their yards.